All right, we're live right now, and just going to take a few minutes here to talk a little bit about the first day so far of the campaign, um, and just a few things that I've noticed. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to do a little drawing. I'm going to draw one of the characters from the book. So, um, yeah. So listen, very excited to even be doing a Indigo campaign, and um, we've it's been a little bit slower start than I thought, but we're I'm keeping optimistic. Um, I know that there are um, many people that are supporting the campaign right now, and it's I'm really blessed by that. I got a lot of support from friends and other people. Making different posts and that sort of thing, and so I'm definitely thankful for that. And I look forward to hopefully the campaign will pick up tonight and going into the weekend. As word gets out. So by all means, I appreciate everyone that's been sharing uh, and that sort of thing. And please, continue to do so because that does help tremendously to get awareness of the campaign out there. Uh, so, so I am thankful for that. Um, I see Lady Celtic popped in. Okay, hi, Lady Celtic. How you doing? Day one of the campaign going right now, and we're just working it. A little tired today. Got a lot of things going on. I'm actually going to be going on uh, vacation back north, but not take any time off the campaign, obviously. So I've got uh, time off and that sort of thing, but it'll be all dedicated to the campaign and making sure that it is successful. So that will be my main focus. Tank Fair is here. What's up, Tank? Uh, and hey, Tank Fairy says he's got my sixth battle. So that's what we're doing. We're battling. I'm a Marine, former Marine. I know what never easy, but we're gonna fight to the bitter end, right? That's what we're gonna do what we can to make this campaign successful. And I got a lot of people rooting for me, a lot of people coming alongside me. I know that Tank has liked and shared um, multiple times, and so has Lady Celtic. So you have my eternal gratitude for that. Um, so yeah, so listen. Other than that, it's been great. I have so much positive feedback from people and that sort of thing. It's like, wow, your campaign looks really cool, and all this sort of thing. So that's encouraging. That really is encouraging to me and to Ben, uh, who is also doing this thing out there. Um, and so we are really working hard to get this project done. Lady Celtic is asking, do I have any interviews set up? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I've got two lined up. One next Saturday, and then I've got another one. Not next. What is next Saturday? I've got on the 13th rather, and then another one set up for the 11th, I think it is, of July. So we're doing our thing. We're chugging along, and hoping that uh, things can keep getting better and better. I'm optimistic about it. So, you were supposed to open there. Let me open you over here. So yeah, so I'm drawing. This is this character here um, from Chango. He is the hothead of the crew. He is the demon that kind of gets your rage going, gets your blood boiling. Uh, and his name is Koraje, uh, which is kind of it's Spanish uh, name is Koraje, which is anger and rage in Spanish. So like I said, this book is it's a Hispanic uh, based characters, um, but relatable characters. Really, you don't have to be Hispanic in order to get these characters and feel for them. So oh, thank you, Lady Kelty. I'm glad that you approve. Yeah, it's important to get these set up. So I mean, I know that the more people that hear about it, then the more interest that it'll spark. So it's definitely what I am going for. So like I said, this is a quick sketch. Nothing nothing major here. Just having a little fun uh, before I get ready to begin my vacation. But I will be reporting in from the road and checking in from the road, so that's always exciting. I have my laptop and everything, and so I'll be able to focus on the campaign, which is awesome. So imagine if you're trying to keep your cool and you're having a hard time every time you get an angry thought. It keeps escalating. You ever wonder why there's road rage? What if there's a little demon constantly burning your head and making you angrier and angrier, right? So, sometimes people say, I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I got so angry. It was almost like I wasn't myself, like someone was making me do it, right? Weird. Lady Celtic says I should get back on drawing and quarter fan edition. And yeah, I do want to do that again. So hopefully, um, maybe next week I can get on there, but probably not. Maybe the week after. I think that next week is going to be Manny is going to be on there. So he's got that all locked down right now, which is fine. All right, it's coming together, right? Oh, pencil tool. Let me turn that off. Get the inking tool in there. What's up, Aubrey? You can come in. So, what are you
Your
doing?
friend Ben is calling you.
Oh, okay.
Or yeah, it is.
Thank you. So one of the things that I really yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You know, it's very bad. You know, with the dead air stuff. You know, I get so involved in the drawing that I forget that I'm supposed to keep talking. So I appreciate the push for sure. So I don't know. Any questions here, Lady Celtic? Why don't you throw something my way? See if you know I can stay engaged here. So anyway, this is my digital process more or less. Um, I don't. I mean, I've done a lot of finished pages digitally. A lot of the pages in the Chango are digital, but I also have quite a few that I've done, especially the last I was going to say about maybe 10 pages or so are traditional. I probably will finish traditional through the rest of the way. But what I do with the digital is that I I more or less use that for laying out my pages. So I get all of my page layouts right, make sure that my storytelling is on point, and then once I have that all in place, then I'm able to go ahead and convert those pencil lines into blue line, and then I print those out on paper and some nice Bristol board, and then do some little tighter pencils. Then I'll start inking right on those pages. So that's a process that I use. And process that works for me, and it does help me to speed things up a little bit because the thing that takes the longest when you're doing sequential pages or comic book pages is the layouts, telling the story, making sure it's clear and that sort of thing. And so you just want to make sure that all that stuff is on point. So when you're able to do it digitally, you can try several things uh, and change them, fairly quickly, um, without, that concern of, oh man, I can't believe I got to draw all that again. So if you get it locked down pretty tight in the digital stage, and then you go ahead and print those out, then you're on point. You're gonna be able to kind of pretty much just go right to ink on those pages, which a lot of times I do that because I figured everything out uh, yeah, on the tablet. So the tablet that I'm using right now is a XP pen. I did have a Wacom Cintiq, but unfortunately the video card decided it wanted to die, and um, I wasn't sure if it was gonna um, be worth it to try to get a new video card, as I was getting some pretty crazy prices for them. So a friend of mine suggested, try something other than um, Wacom because there's a lot of good options out there, and ended up actually uh, checking out this XP pen. Um, Saw some good reviews on it and decided, well, let's give it a whirl and see see how it's going to work. And so far, so far so good. I've liked the some of the things that I've been able to do with it. You know, it is a much um, uh, it's a less expensive option. I'm not going to say cheap because um, you know it still performs you know pretty well. I would say that it's not exactly like my like the Wacom that I had, but it's pretty darn close. The screen's a little bit different, um, so that's something I got to get used to. Let's see. Let me just add it and read a little bit here. Okay. Oh, you just draw not color right. I just got my new Prismacolor markers today. Here's the question: is when storing the markers, how should you store them? Nib up. I would store them nib down. Uh, yeah, nib down is the way to do that. So that when you open it up, you can kind of get right in and start color without waiting for the color to work its way back down again. So yeah, for sure you wanna do it that way. Right now, I'm just kind of blocking in areas that I know I'm gonna. Oof, when it's double sided. Then I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? um, lay them sideways. I don't know. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, there are a lot of them that are double sided. That's a good question. You stumped me. I don't know what I would advise on something like that. I suppose in a certain sense it doesn't really matter. I think the principle is probably still the same. Just don't I would still want to make sure that they're stored with one side up versus the other, I suppose. Eventually you just use that side first, I would say, until the ink is flowing back in the pen. It's probably the best answer I could give on that right now. Lady Celtic causing trouble. All right, let's see here. Let me merge this down here. All right, so, oh, you know what? I forgot to get this back here. All right, there we go. So let me go ahead and fill in. Yeah, so this right, okay, so I use Photoshop, um, and I use also Clip Studio, Paint Pro. Um, Mostly for comic works, it's Clip Studio Paint Pro that I use. Um, I know that people that use Photoshop for drawing their comics, um, but I haven't really figured out how to lay in those those borders and stuff like that, and I'm just not comfortable drawing in that. To me, the Clip Studio program for drawing comics is more intuitive. Um, I think it's getting better as far as for coloring your comics, but Photoshop is still really the way to go when you're coloring. And that's what I tend to do when I do color my images. I tend to um, convert these files, which these are Clip Studio files. I tend to convert them into Photoshop files, and then um, I will work on those in Photoshop. So right now I'm just putting in some of the fire textures here, a little bit of that curvy crackle. I guess that's what they call it, curvy crackle. At least that's what they called it back in the day. And I'm a back in the day guy. What those your color person use? So the person that's coloring my book, they are definitely a Photoshop person. They use Photoshop. That would be Jason Smith. He's amazing, and he does a fantastic job with it. And yeah, so that's what he uses. He's really comfortable with that program. Really understands how to use it. I I flat, I can flat like that, and I can color. But I'm no. Listen, I teach myself how to do it. It's very rudimentary in my skill set. Whereas Jason's, he's on another level. All right, so still continue with this here. I don't know. Should I color this? I give this some coloring. Maybe I'll color this. Maybe I'll color this in Maybe I'll color this in Clip Studio. What do you guys think? Adding some. Yeah, so let's color this. All right, let me throw some color on this. We're going to use, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually duplicate this page here. So duplicate layer, boom. Then I'm going to lock the layer underneath, like so. All right, and then let me just outline here. Yeah, so now I'm just kind of outlining the area, like so. Yep. I know this isn't perfect. I'm just trying to blast through this real quick so I can get this colored up. I've already got out of the lines. That's okay, I'll go back and fix it. Let's see. All right, what did I miss? Oh, no bueno. All right, and we go over here. We get this edge here. This edge here. What else did I miss right here? Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create another layer, and then we're going to put it underneath that one. And we're going to fill this. So let me pick a couple here. So we go my color picker. I will select a couple of colors. We'll go with that one, and then let's throw this one here, and let's throw it down as a gradient. See what that looks like. Let's come down here a little bit more, and then down here. All right. And now let me go into here. Now see, here's one of the things with this program. The tonal corrections I can do. Let me see if it lets me do control U, because sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, okay, so it does. So let me adjust the saturation a little bit here. All right. And we're going to kind of treat that as the base hue. Let me adjust this out a little bit more. Bring up the yellows a little bit more. Drop down that saturation. All right. All right. So now we're going to go back in here. And let's bring this up into the yellow range a little bit more here. Bring this over. All right, like so. And I'm going to get my spray tool here. I don't want to do this. Let's do, and we'll do it normal, that's fine. But let me see what this spray effect here does. Let me increase the size of my brush a little bit more, because I don't think it's big enough. Yeah, all right. All right, so I'm just going to throw some light in here. All right. They kind of saying it looks a little confusing. Yeah, it looks confusing, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm not really like what you would call a traditional colorist per se with digital, if that's going to be used in the same sentence. So the things that I know how to do with digital are more in the vein of like self-taught. Right? Go a little bit more red over here. I'll bring the saturation up a little higher here. And then I'm gonna create another layer just underneath that so that I can start hitting with some of this red on the edges, like so. Make this brush a little bit smaller. And just kind of continue working around it. Adding a little bit more to it. And here. Here. And then let's bring this a little bit more here. I'm going to bring this down. And let's go with a softer 600. And blend this up a little bit more. Listen, this is like a crappy coloring job. But whatever, I'm just doing some, just throwing in some colors. All right. And let's go back over here again. Yellow this up a little bit more, and then hit inside of here. There we go. Now we're just, all right. Make some of that color in here a little bit more. Blend it in. kind of give it that fire effect. So and that's coming here, or here. A little smaller. Just kind of create some highlights in there to create form best as I can. Around here, like so. All right. Now, let's go back here, which is where I have that now. Should work, Control I. All right. So that, I just inverted that image there. Looks pretty cool, but that is not what I was trying to do. So let me undo that. What did I want to do? What did I want to do? What did I want to do? I'm going to combine these two layers first of all. All right, and then maybe I want to invert that one. Is that the one I want to do? Control I. No, that's not what I wanted to do. So we're going to undo that. Okay, well, I guess I'm not able to do it here for some reason. But, so now let me select the select tool. We're going to grab everything around that. Okay, go in here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, make sure I copy it a little bit more, like so. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Like so. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm grabbing everything around it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all right, so let me select this color. All right, and then I'm going to select this color. All right, then I'm going to gradate this from here up. So let's see. So if I go like that, what does that do for me? I need to go a little bit deeper in there. I'm trying to match this color. Like so. All right, so I'm bringing that gradation up this way. All right. So now what I'll do is I will deselect. Then I will go back in here. I will pick this color. And I will take my spray tool again and go to my soft. I will draw out the density a little bit. And I'm going to try to blend here and out like so. And this color, we pick this color here. I'll blend it here. Here. Grab some of this. Bring that in there. I'm just kind of trying to blend this. I'm bringing it to here. Should actually bring some of this down here. All right. Yeah, my PC is making all sorts of noises. This PC is always going. It's like always buzzing. You want to do something to be creative, but you're just not talented. Well, I mean, maybe you just haven't found the thing that you're talented at yet. I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. Not finding your niche yet. So maybe that's just all it is. You just haven't found what your niche is. You know. Let's see what happens if I throw shadow with that tone there. All right, we're gonna try to bring this out like this. See what happens. And let me pick this color again. And then I'm gonna pick this color. I'll come over here a little bit more. And then I'm going to use my tonal spray. Let me make my brush a little bit bigger. Just kind of try to ground this a little bit more. Like so. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of highlight. Throw some of this red in here. See if I can add some of those colors in here, like so. All right. Like I said, it's a sketch. I'm not really too concerned with it looking beautiful and gorgeous. Um, I really love this character though. He's a little bit of a hothead. I can be a little bit of a hothead sometimes, but mostly cool. Mostly cool, calm, and tempered. But I do get a little agitated at times when I see dumb stuff. And that, that's a little bit too intense. So let me bring that down a little bit. Okay, let's bring that opacity down. All right, let's do that. That's a little better. Just adding a little texture down in here. And then maybe what I'll do is bring this back up in here into the orange range a little bit. And then maybe do something like that. What do you think? Make this brush maybe a little bit smaller. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like crackles, like sparks even from the fire. What do you think? Put some of that in there like so. Sparks deep red eyes, maybe, huh? So, all right, let's see. So, how about instead of deep red, let's go with a shadow. I've got this orange here picked out. Maybe I'll do something around the edges. What do you think? Something like that? Something like this, maybe? That works, huh? Or something like that. Now, let me select back here. All right. And all right, so I'm going to, in this layer, put this underneath here. I'm changing that layer and putting it underneath the color layer. I'm going to add just a little bit of texture. I'm going to use this burnt orangey, and then I'm going to use that spray brush again, which I thought was kind of neat. Let's see. Put some stuff behind this, like so. Get this rough spray, which I like. Bring the brush density up a little bit. And let's add some textures here, like so. I like in the distance there, in the background, where he's already been coming through the flame. Well, I mean, did you want to send it to me via private message on Twitter or something like that if you feel more comfortable? All right, so we're adding some more of this. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to bring in a little bit of red in here, and we're going to add some of this texture back here, right? Maybe a little bit more. All right, like so. Yeah, I think I'm liking that. Yeah, I think I'm digging that a little bit there. Actually, let me throw another layer. I'll throw that layer over there, and let's see if we can make that go under that layer. Let us multiply this layer so that we can see what we're doing here. Now let's add some of this. What kind of effect are we getting with this? Almost acts like a blendy effect. And now let's see. Shall we blend something? Let's see what happens if I try this. No, don't like it. Isn't that the beautiful thing about it? I didn't like that either. Took away all the work I did. Maybe here. Yeah, okay, I'm digging that. Let me do this. There's some more of this here. Over here. Oh, I can dig the gray smoke. Let me add some of these tones back here. And let me pick up a gray. I'll just move the picker over and down. Not bad. Okay. Yeah. All right, so this would be like the ash. All the action's happening in the front here. And then here's the ash. So this is Koraje or Koraje. I'm going to sign it. What should I sign it? Do I sign it with my normal signature or do I sign it El Guapo? What should I do there, you can take? Shall I sign it El Guapo or shall I sign it with my regular signature? Right? And oh, she's still there. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go with El Guapo. That's how we're gonna sign it. Here. Now it's regular. Okay. All right, we'll do it that way. We'll do it that way. All right, so let me change my pen size, and we will go here like so. It is saving, which is fine. Don't want to lose the drawing. And there we go. We have Koraje. So I want to thank everyone that popped on the stream. I have an Indiegogo, obviously. So I'm going to put that in the description for the video. And you can check out that link. Please go to the Indigogo campaign for Chango, the Broken Veil. And give it a look. If you feel so inclined, pick a pledge level. And if you're not in the situation where you can do that right now, by all means, please share and follow also the campaign because maybe things will change. But it's a great story, and I really believe that you will enjoy it. So if you want to be a part of the effort to get this made, I would greatly appreciate it. My co-creator, friend, writer, and co-storyteller on this, Ben Goldsmith, would also greatly appreciate it. Let me give a mad shout out to Jason Smith and Justin Birch, other creators that are working with me on this project, my colorist and letterer, as well as people who have helped me along the way. Raymond Danforth for the video, and special thanks to my son, AF Music, part of Da Vinci. He's a great musician. He created the soundtrack to the Chango campaign video. So give it a listen, give it a look. Once again, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and you all have a good night. Lady Celtic, I'm going to check your question out on Twitter once I'm done with the stream here. So let me go ahead and sign off now. Once again, thank you very much. And you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the night. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? And remember, Chango, the Broken Veil, Act 1, only on Indiegogo. Thank you. Good night.